Right now, many of our 8th grade math classrooms rely heavily on traditional instruction, lectures, worksheets, and one-size-fits-all pacing. While this approach covers content, it doesn't always meet the diverse needs of our students, especially those striving to meet the meets and masters level on the STAR exam. The goal is simple but powerful: to improve meets and masters performance by engaging students in real-world problem-solving tasks and providing the targeted, data-driven intervention along the way. Instead of teaching just for STAR prep, we'll teach for deep understanding while still being STAR aligned. Our current demographics are majority Hispanic population, which is 49%. We have 73% economical disadvantage, meaning that our campus does qualify for Title I. Our STAR levels based off of this past year's is 32% met grade level and 9% mastered grade level. And then we obviously, much like most campuses, have a very high teacher turnover rate. When we look closely at our STAR data, one thing becomes clear. While more students are passing, our higher level performance has stalled. The percentage of students reaching the meets and masters levels hasn't shown the growth that we want. Even more concerning, we see persistent achievement gaps between student subgroups, whether by race, language, status, or economical background. These gaps haven't narrowed significantly, and in some cases have widened. We also have to acknowledge that student engagement in math is low. Too many students see math as disconnected from their lives, just steps and procedures to memorize. This lack of connection leads to low motivation, especially among middle schoolers. And finally, these inconsistency in rigor and relevance across units. Some lessons push critical thinking and real-world application, while others rely heavily on rote skills and test drills. This uneven experience makes it hard for students to build a strong foundation across all concepts. All of these issues point to a real need for instructional change, one that prioritizes meaningful learning, equity, and excellence for all students. I am proposing a shift to a blended learning, student-centered model. This means combining face-to-face instruction with digital tools and interactive activities. It also means giving students more choice and voice and hands-on experience with their learning. By rethinking how we deliver instructions and how students engage with content, we can better support all learners, not just pass, but to truly master grade level math. There's research behind it, which are from the following. The first one is John Hattie, who studied thousands of teaching strategies and ranked them by how much they improve student learning. His effect size show how big of an impact a strategy has. Formative assessment being 0.77. This is where teachers check in regularly on students, understanding like quick quizzes, exit tickets, and discussions. Feedback is on 0.7. This is whenever you give students timely feedback, helping them improve faster. Teacher clarity, which is 0.75, which is whenever teachers explain expectations and learning goals to help students perform better. Realizing that an effect size of 0.4 is considered powerful, so these are especially effective. The next point of research is from Real World Math. So Joe Boiler's research shows that when students work on a meaningful real-life math problem like budgeting, design, or data analysis, they're more motivated and they perform better on assessments. It makes math feel relevant and valuable. And then lastly is the technology enhanced lesson. This research highlights how using educational technology like interactive tools, videos, or simulations can increase student engagement, personalize learning, and support deeper understanding, especially when used with purpose. My proposed instructional change isn't just about shifting methods. It's about being intentional with what and how we teach to move students towards meets and masters performance levels. First, we implement weekly STAR-aligned performance tasks that are rigorous, real-world, and require students to think critically. These aren't traditional test questions. They are engaging, open-ended problems that help students apply concepts in meaningful ways. Second, we're embedding math discourse strategies into daily instruction. This means students will regularly explain their thinking, critical reasoning, and collaborate with peers, building both mathematical confidence and deeper understanding. Third, we'll use formative assessment checkpoints to guide instruction in real time. Teachers will have quick, actionable data to adjust lessons, identify students who need extra support or a challenge, and finally, offer targeted small group interventions during our built-in intervention enrichment block. These groups will be flexible and data-driven, allowing us to meet students' needs right where they are. This change isn't just about improving test scores. It's about improving the students' experience along with understanding. With this model, students will build a stronger conceptual understanding of math instead of just memorizing steps. They also develop critical problem-solving skills by engaging with real-world tasks that require thinking, reasoning, and creativity. This builds confidence and ownership over their learning. Because instruction is more personalized, students will also experience increased engagement and sense of achievement. Those who need support will get it, and those who need to be pushed will be challenged. In short, students will be more motivated, more prepared, and more capable of success, not just for STAR, but beyond it. Teachers are at the heart of this change, and the plan is designed to support, not overwhelm them. Educators will have access to a curated bank of high-quality tasks aligned to the STAR blueprint, so they aren't starting from scratch. They'll receive ongoing professional development and coaching to build comfort with strategies like math discourse, real-world problem design, and using formative data. Clear rubrics and success criteria will make it easier to evaluate student work and give feedback. And collaborative planning structures like PLCs will help teachers share ideas and support one another. It's a shift, but one that's manageable, meaningful, and supportive every step of the way. We have to be honest about what isn't working. The current approach leans heavily on repetitive test prep strategies and focus more on getting through content than helping students truly understand it. There's limited student accountability, especially for deeper thinking. Many students have learned how to guess their way through multiple choice questions, but struggle with explaining why their answer is correct. And we see inconsistent instructional practices across classrooms. Some lessons are engaging and rigorous, while others feel disconnected and procedural. This inconsistency means students are having different experiences depending on their teacher, which leads to inequity in outcomes. The good news is we're not starting from zero. We already have key strengths in place to support this change. We have a strong instructional coach who is ready to guide teachers through the process. Our math department are highly qualified teachers. They have the expertise to engage students, adapt to individual needs, and create a positive, supportive learning environment, ultimately leading to higher achievement and fostering a love for learning. And we also have our PLC structures that give us built-in time for planning, analyzing data, and sharing best practices. One of our biggest advantages going into this change is availability of quality instructional resources. We currently use a curriculum Carnegie that aligns with TEKS and STAR blueprint, with some strategic adjustments, we can make it more engaging and performance task driven. We also have access to educational technology tools like Quizzes, Desmos, and Edpuzzle that can help us build more interactive, student-centered lessons. And importantly, we have assessment data, both from assessments and classwork, that allows us to target support where it's most needed. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. We just need to use our tools with more intentional and alignment. Time is always one of our biggest challenges, but with careful planning, we can make it work. Our weekly PLC gives teachers a consistency space to collaborate, review student work, and plan together. We'll also schedule monthly vertical alignments with 7th and algebra, along with built-in intervention and enrichment block. We know that motivation matters for both students and staff. I'm proposing that we build in student recognition. We build in teacher stipends for teachers who are piloting the program. And we build in student leadership roles in the math classroom, such as peer tutors or tech leaders, to give students pride in their progress, ownership, and in their learning. For this change to work, we need buy-in, and that starts with participation. We'll begin with teachers who are willing to try new strategies, provide honest feedback. Their success will serve as proof points for others. We'll also share success stories and submit student samples during our PLC time. And then we'll also build in non-evaluative walkthroughs so leaders can support and affirm the teacher progress that they are making. Lasting changes takes commitment, and we'll build that by giving people voice, choice, and support. Teachers will take a leadership role in task design, data analysis, and mentoring others. When people help shape the process, they're more likely to invest in it. We'll ensure transparent communication about goals, expectations, and outcomes so everyone knows where we're headed and how we'll get there. And just as we expect student growth to grow, we'll celebrate wins along with our staff as well. Our leadership team is fully behind this initiative. Campus admin, instructional coach, and our math department chair are committed to guiding this process with clear expectations and ongoing support. We'll set up monthly data review cycles to track student growth and instructional impact led by campus leaders. Our coach will model lessons, co-plan with teams, and provide real-time support. With aligned support from top to bottom, we'll ensure this shift is sustainable and impactful. A successful change effort requires strong communications. We have a multi-layered plan to ensure clarity and connection. We'll use email updates, social media posts, and a shared Google folder with key documents and exemplars. We'll also hold monthly check-ins with the math team, open-ended Q&A question and answer sessions, and one-on-one coaching conversations as needed. Parents will be informed through remind and emails, newsletters explaining the purpose and benefit of the shift. Student growth conferences will be arranged as needed as well. The message will be consistent, transparent, and focused on growth for students and staff alike. Of course, no change comes without challenges. We anticipate some resistance to new strategies, especially if teachers feel overwhelmed. That's why we're starting with a few teachers, offering coaching and using teacher feedback to adjust. We also know time constraints can get in the way, using PLC and intervention time strategically and prioritizing what matters most. Another challenge is student mindset. Some may struggle with increased rigor and responsibility. We'll overcome that with clear scaffolding support and frequent encouragement and check-ins. If implemented well, here's what you expect to see: an increase in the number of students achieving meets and masters on their grade level STAR, more equitable outcomes across student subgroups, higher student engagement, and stronger math discourse in classrooms, more confident teachers who are empowered by effective strategies. Beyond the numbers, we'll see students who are more confident, curious, and capable problem solvers. These works helped shape the vision and support this plan.